AfroTalesCast is a part of the Connected Podcast Network.
Well, hello there. I'm Amon Mazingo, your storyteller, and this is Season 2 of the AfroTales Podcast, where we journey through the Americas and the Caribbean to explore the tales that grew from its African diaspora. I want to thank Art by Chalet for the beautiful episode art, and especially thank you for joining us on today's adventure.
Chef. Yes, Grio. Don't you love how we get to share our stories and recipes? Yes, I enjoy it greatly. Do you know what makes it possible for everyone to hear us? Yes, Grio. Our voices, obviously. True, but it's also Anchor, a hosting platform that distributes the podcast to places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. Oh, yes. And isn't everything needed to make a podcast in one place? That's correct. And the best thing of all, Chef, it's free. Free, you say? Free. And all I had to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So, you just had to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Yep. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and do what we're doing now. Fantastic, Grio. Simply fantastic. I know, Chef. I know.
Brer Rabbit and the baby. Early one morning, even before Sister Moon had time to put on her negligee, Brer Fox was up moving around. He had a glint in his eye after everything that had happened, so you know he was up to no good. He mixed up a big patch of tar and made it into the shape of a baby. By the time he finished, Brer's son was yawning himself awake and peeping one eye over the top side of the earth. Brer Fox took his tar baby down to the road, the very road Brer Rabbit walked along every morning. He sat the tar baby in the road, put a hat on it, and then hid in a ditch. He had scarcely gotten comfortable, as comfortable as you can get in a ditch, before Brer Rabbit came strutting along like he owned the whole world and was collecting rent from everybody in it. Seeing Tar Baby, Brer Rabbit tipped his hat. "Good morning. Nice day, ain't it? Of course, any day I wake up and find myself still alive is a nice day as far as I'm concerned." He laughed at his joke, and which he thought was pretty good. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's too bad myself. Tar Baby don't say a word though. Brer Fox stuck his head up out of the ditch grinning. "You deaf?" Brer Rabbit asked the Tar Baby. "If you are, I can talk louder," he yelled. "How is this morning for you? Nice day, ain't it?" Tar Baby still don't say nothing. Brer Rabbit was getting kind of annoyed. "I don't know what's wrong with these young generation. Didn't your parents teach you no manners?" Tar Baby don't say nothing. "Well, I reckon I teach you some." He hauls off and hits Tar Baby, and his first hand was stuck on the side of Tar Baby's face. "Let me go now. Let me go," Brer Rabbit yelled. "Let me go or I'll pop you another one." He twisted and turned, but he couldn't get loose. "All right now, I warned you." And he smacked the Tar Baby on the other side of the head. His other fist was stuck. Brer Rabbit was sure enough mad now. "You tear me loose. I'll make you wish you never had been born." He kicked the Tar Baby, and his foot was caught. He was cussing and carrying on some terrible and kicked the tar baby with his other foot. That foot was caught. You let me go, or I'll butt you with my head. He butted the tar baby under the chin and his head was stuck. Now, Brer Fox couldn't take no more. He sauntered out of the ditch just as cool as the sweat on the side of a glass of iced tea. He looked at Brer Rabbit, stuck to the tar baby, and just laughed until he was almost sick. Well, I got you now, Brer Fox said when he was able to catch his breath. You floppy-eared, pom-pom-tailed good-for-nothing. I guess you know who's having rabbit for dinner this night. Brer Rabbit would have turned around and looked at him if he could have unstuck his head. Didn't matter though. He heard the drool in Brer Fox's voice and knew he was in a world of trouble. You ain't gonna be going around through the community raising commotion anymore, Brer Rabbit. And it's your own fault too. Didn't nobody tell you to be so friendly with the tar baby? You stuck yourself on that tar baby without so much as an invitation. There you are. And there you be until I get my fire started and my barbecue sauce ready. Brer Rabbit always got enough lip for anybody and everybody. He even told God one time he done wrong on the third day of creation. This time, though, Brer Rabbit talked mighty humble. Well, Brer Fox, no doubt about it. You got me, and no point me saying that I would improve my ways if you spared me. No point at all. As Brer Fox started gathering kindling for the fire, I guess I'm going to be barbecued this day, Brer Rabbit sighed. But getting barbecued is a whole lot better than getting thrown in that briar patch. He sighed again. No doubt about it. Getting barbecued is almost a blessing compared to being thrown in the briar patch over there on the other side of the road. If I gotta go in the barbecue sauce. That's what I always say. How much lemon juice you reckon, brown sugar you reckon you put in yours? When Brer Fox heard this, he had to do some more thinking, because he wanted the worst death possible for that rabbit. Now that I think on it, it's too hot to be standing over a hot fire. I think I'll just hang this. Brer Rabbit shuddered. Hanging is a terrible way to go. Just terrible. But I thank you for being so considerate. Hanging is better than being thrown in that briar patch. Brer Fox thought that over for a minute. Come to think of it, I can't hang you, 'cause I didn't bring my rope. I'll drown you in the creek over yonder. That's what I do. Brer Rabbit sniffed like he was about to cry. No, Brer Fox. You know I can't stand water. But I guess drowning, awful as it is better than that briar patch. I got it, Brer Fox explained. I don't feel like dragging you all the way down to the creek. I got my knife right here. I'm going to skin you. He pulled his knife out. Brer Rabbit's ears shivered. That's right, Brer Fox. It'll hurt something off. But go ahead, skin me. Scratch my eyeballs out. Tear out my ears from the roots. Cut off my legs. Do whatsoever you want to do to me, Brer Fox, but please, I beg you, please, don't throw me in that briar patch. Brer Fox was convinced now that the worst thing he could do to Brer Rabbit was the very thing Brer Rabbit didn't want him to do. He snatched him off that tar baby, and he wound up like he was trying to throw a fastball past Hank Aaron and chucked that rabbit across the road and smack dab in the middle of that briar patch. Brer Fox waited. Didn't hear a thing. He waited a little longer. Still, no sound. And just about time he decided that he was rid of Brer Rabbit, a big grin started to spread across his face. He heard a little giggle. Tee-hee, tee-hee. And the giggles broke into the loudest laughing you ever heard. Brer Fox looked up slowly to see Brer Rabbit sitting on top of a hill on the other side of the briar patch. Brer Rabbit just waited. I was born and raised in the briar patch, Brer Fox. Born and raised in the briar patch. And he hopped over the hill and out of sight. And Brer Fox just looked at him, steaming. The So yeah, that was Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby. Amazing, right? Crazy. If you don't know this story, go on YouTube, look up Song of the South, and watch the movie. This is the only way you're going to get to watch the movie right now, because Disney will not put it on Disney Plus because they are ashamed of making the movie. But we all have things we're ashamed of in the past. That doesn't mean, we hide from it. We just deal with it, right? So, Disney, put it out there. Everybody wants to see Song of the South. Quit hiding your history. It's what made you famous in the first place. So, let's see it. But anyway, Song of the South, Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby. This is the story that we had today, and I love this story. I love how Brer Rabbit did everything he could do to get tossed into that briar patch. Even though Brer Fox was like, he's gonna barbecue him, he was gonna hang him, he was gonna do all of these other things to him, and he's like, oh yeah, those are bad, yes, but that's better than this right here. And eventually use that reverse psychology. We've done it. I've done reverse psychology on people from time to time, and people have done it to me. So humans, we do reverse psychology all the time. What I don't like about the story, though, the fact that Brer Rabbit felt he had to resort to violence because somebody didn't want to talk to him. That's not necessary. Just because somebody doesn't want to talk to you doesn't mean anything. That's their business. We don't have to talk to each other. Just because you speak to somebody doesn't mean somebody has to speak back. That's their prerogative, Just like you don't have to speak to them in the first place, We've all had those days. Maybe Tar Baby was having a bad day, How many people that are listening to this right now have had bad days? I've had mine, where I just want to relax, mind my own business, and then here comes that, nice friendly person to, hey, how you doing? And you just look at them like, why are you talking to me? I don't feel like talking right now. We all have had it, and that's okay to have those bad days. Hopefully those days aren't every day, but it's okay to have them. And if you're that nice, friendly person initially that wants to talk to everybody, just because somebody doesn't talk to you doesn't mean you get upset about it. I grew up in a time and this is crazy because, man, we are just bad at this. We'll try to talk to a girl, and she doesn't want to talk back, and the first thing we do afterwards is start insulting her. Oh, you ugly this, you fat that, oh, you ain't this and that. Yo, that's not necessary, bro. It's not necessary at all. Just because somebody doesn't want to talk to you, just because somebody, doesn't want to engage in conversation doesn't mean you get irate with them. And Brer Rabbit did that very thing. He was a typical irate person in this situation, and he was wrong for it. So let's not be wrong in life. Let's just understand people don't always want to have those conversations. You know, people just don't. So, but that's my take on it. Shorter this week. I do love the Brer Rabbit stories, and this will be the last one for a while. We'll come back to Brer Rabbit in a few weeks and pick up where we left off. But for now, this is it, and I can't wait to see what comes up next. And you need to see what comes up next. But as always, I want to say thank you for taking time to listen and enjoy and be on this journey. And have a blessed day. Your AfroTales recipe of the week. Quincy Moore Spicy Country Meatloaf. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. In a skillet, saute 1 cup of finely diced onions in a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, stirring until soft and slightly brown. In a large bowl, soak half a cup of cut up Hawaiian sweetbread in half a cup of whole milk until softened. Add 1.5 to 2 pounds of ground sirloin, the cooked onions, 1 slightly beaten egg, 2 tablespoons of parm garlic herb seasoning blend, 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, 2 tablespoons of hot pepper sauce, 4 ounces of Trappy's cut okra and tomatoes, 4 ounces of La Costeña's Mexican hot sauce, seasoned to taste with salt and pepper, shaped into loaf. Then you will bake the loaf in a large greased baking dish or loaf pan for 1 hour, covered with aluminum foil. Remove the foil and pierce the meat several times with a fork. Mix 1 can of tomato sauce, 4 ounces of La Costeña Mexican hot sauce, and 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and pour over the meat. Place 4 strips of green and red peppers and 3 strips of sweet fire roasted peppers on top of the meat. Bake uncovered for 30 minutes. Let stand for 15 minutes before serving. Yield 6 servings. And that is your AfroTales recipe of the week. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for supporting and sharing this podcast with your family and friends. You can always find AfroTales Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you want to leave me a message or a tweet, I can be found on Twitter at AfroTalesCast, on Instagram and Facebook at AfroTalesPodcast, and now on Coffee at coffee.com/AfroTales Podcast, where you can financially support me for the price of 1 small cup of coffee. However you support, I thank you and I appreciate it always. So until next time, have a great day.